we lost 4 or 5 wickets there, which just, we never really got going. I don't think, maybe we can attack the power play more, get us off to a better start, and we never really got any momentum at all. But that's been the pattern for the last 3 games now. So.
What was the real reason for Multan Sultans making this failure in KSL coaching for team selection?
I think it's a bit of both, really. I think after the first game, when we lost the first game, we got 235 and they chased it down. That was a real killer. All right, we never really recovered from that. And then when you lose another one, you start to chase. And then the selection starts, you're trying to chase a win, and it's very, very difficult to do that. And in franchise cricket, the games come thick and fast. So we haven't really got any rhythm going forward. So, it's franchise cricket. You always get one team that has a bad season, and unfortunately it just happens to be us this year.
Past few years, you can't played very well. What do you think this season represents last few years?
Okay, this is my first year with them, but obviously I do follow it. I think when we lost Johnson Charles at the top of the order before the tournament started, we never really replaced him, and I think we've lacked that impetus up top, which gets momentum quickly. I think also the chopping and changing hasn't really helped, because like I said, when you start to lose games, you start to try and chase, and we haven't really got it right. The consistency of the selection has been quite hard because you're trying to chase a win, and I understand that, and it's franchise cricket, it's the way it is. So I would say that not replacing Johnson Charles was a massive loss for us. And then just trying to find the right winning formula, which we haven't got.
In last 2 seasons, we saw that the last month were very difficult to beat on their home ground. It was very hard for the other team, and God suggested the same. But this time it was like walking in the garden to play here in Multan and to come over the other teams came here and they played like they are playing at home and last man is playing away. So what went wrong, as you said that Johnson Charles this was one of the factors. What are the other factors? Not taking wickets in middle order or anything?
Yeah, again, it's like I say, you're trying to change. It's a confidence thing as well. The group's in a good place. Everybody's happy. Obviously, we're not happy with the results, but the camp is good. We keep saying the same thing as a coaching team. We try and keep hammering on about being positive, but obviously these players are human beings as well. So confidence, maybe potentially lack of consistency in selection gives doubts to players, and if they're not confident when they go out on the pitch, then that shows up massively in this environment. Sorry, go on. Yeah, so this shows up hugely in an environment like this. So again, it's franchise cricket. Once you get on a roll, it's good, but we haven't got on a roll, and then you try and search for it.
Is there anything you would like to say to your fans who are very disappointed in this season?
You can't keep doing well. Like no team keeps producing. No one does. So maybe, who knows, this time next year, we might be sat here in a different situation. Hopefully we are. Maybe it's time to relook at a few things. That's not down to me, that's down to the owner, head coach. Maybe look at doing things slightly differently. But obviously we appreciate the fans massively for coming out. Sorry we haven't delivered like we're used to, but hey, it happens. And the sun will come up tomorrow, we know that. So hopefully we've got one more game left. The great thing today was some young players, Amir, Faisal, Shahid, all did well. They got exposed to franchise cricket. That's the future, and hopefully we can kick on from there. We've got one more game. Hopefully we can give them something to shout next week.
is a complete rebuilding needed for the next season? Should young player be given a chance?
Yeah, well, they've done it this game. We gave Faisal, bowled very well, I thought. Shahid, he's been a bit unlucky, I think. He played in the first game, hasn't played a game till now. Amir, who's been, I've seen Amir for 2 years now. So, again, it's exposure to elite cricket, right? So it's all right doing all the training you want, but they need exposure to this. So to give them that today was awesome for the players. And it goes to show that the management, the owner are looking forwards now. They're not just stuck where they are. They're looking forwards, and hopefully we can kick on, like I said, next week, and then on from there as well.
Hello, Rajat. My question is that Multan Sultan lost 8 matches in this yes. What do you think? What mistake done by Multan Sultan in this yes?
Like I said earlier, the first game when we got 230, 235 and we lost, that cost us big time. That affected us. We never really recovered from that. If you look at the batting, the last 3 games we've been poor. I think we've scored 314 for a loss of 30 wickets in the last 3 games. All right, and an average of 10, just over 10 per wicket, right, which isn't acceptable. Totally not acceptable. I think that we haven't been consistent enough throughout. The bowlers haven't been consistent at the start, and the batters have failed in the last 3 games. So we haven't really, we put one good performance together, which is the one we won, and we haven't been able to repeat that. Consistency hasn't been great throughout. So it's a learning curve. It's like I said, you can't win games every year. No one does it. And every year there's one team who has a bad one, and it happens to be us. So as long as we can learn from it, adapt and move forward for the future, starting next Sunday, which is when it starts, the next game is, and then hopefully we win, take that into next season, or if we don't, we build for next season. Simple as that.